Hello, hello. How are things going, everyone? I am your host, Josh Minahan, here with Measuring Music with Minahan. And like always, I got to sign into something. So bear with me just for a second. But yes, today we are going to be doing soundtracks. And I know I brought that up last week and I said that's what we were going to be doing. Um, I have pretty much composed a list of, I would say, like my favorite soundtracks that I have either on CD or on uh, record. So, getting right into that, we'll go with my first pick, and that is Dracula 2000. And this right here came out for I want to say, let me look on the back here. It's yeah, exactly in 2000. I thought that was it. I didn't know if that image. Didn't know if that's exactly when it came out. I remember seeing it in theaters. I was super stoked for this movie. Bunch of really good actors in it. I know Jennifer Esposito is in it, and she's a really scary, good-looking vampiress. But if you're a fan of heavy metal and stuff like that, this would be the one that I would say stood out the most for me when I listened to it. It's got a lot of good bands at early parts of their career, like Powerman 5000, Disturbed, Head PE, Taproot, all these people, Saliva, Static X when Wayne was still alive, Linkin Park, they just come out with One Step Closer. That's on this album. Monster Magnet, Heads Explode, great song. System of a Down does a cover of Metro by the pop synth band Berlin, uh, led by a chick. I can't remember her name. God, I'm brain farting, but I know her. And our teacher Dave also knows her too. But yeah, if you like synth pop British from like the 80s, check out Berlin because they're so good. A heavy metal band like System of a Down decided to cover their song for this album, which is really cool to, again, to hear something completely different than how it was originally meant to be heard and just be really good still at the same time. So, first one that I brought up tonight, that's going to be Dracula 2000. And moving right on from there, going to switch things up because for me, a lot of the really good soundtracks, if you ask me, are kind of heavy metal. They just seem to be the best soundtracks. Um, that being said, there are other good ones out there, and I've got a couple of them, but they also kind of go backwards in music about 20, 30 years. And who doesn't love Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2? Let's get rid of the Dracula one and let's show you about that. Boom! That awesome movie right there. We've all seen it. I know everybody in this chat's seen it, especially Bill, probably like 500 times. But the vinyl is so good. Again, spanning many decades back for the majority of the tracks. You've got Electric Light Orchestra doing Mr. Blue Sky. You have the Looking Glass, and most people don't know who the Looking Glass is. And they've got a couple decent songs out there. They're not like super popular, kind of a one-hit wonder, and the one you're gonna know them for is Brandy, and that's an amazing song. So, Fox on the Run by Sweet, again another one of those one-hit wonders, but really good song, and most people know Fox on the Run. But yeah, Father and Son by Cat Stevens. Most people probably wouldn't pick Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 for their pick. For if you were to pick one of the three Guardians of the Galaxy ones, most people would probably pick Volume 1. But for me, it was Volume 2. I love Volume 1. Don't get me wrong. I love Volume 1. I've got them on cassette and everything. But for me, it was Volume 2, and that's the one I wanted to show you. Again, if you haven't seen that movie, this is one I don't care who's watching. I would recommend going out and seeing. Now, if you're wanting to watch a scary movie for Halloween or something like that, and you've got nothing going on, then again, go back to Dracula 2000. Great, great movie. Um, Pretty scary, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. But moving on from there, we're gonna do a little bit of a two-parter on this one. A little bit of a two-parter. So, first part came out when I was super young. I couldn't even tell you. I mean, I know the soundtrack's 87. Not for sure if that's the same as the movie, but I'm telling you, I was 2 years old. Even me, I was 2 years old at the time. And that for me was the Lost Boys soundtrack. And for me, when I was a kid, I used to have this boom box that I would set up, well, kind of by the TV. And if there's ever a song that came on, I would have a cassette in there, a blank cassette, and I would record it. And anytime this movie came on, I would record the beginning song, which is Echo and the Bunnymen's cover of People Are Strange by The Doors. And I'm telling you, up until I was probably almost 30 years old, I did not know that that was Echo and the Bunnymen and not The Doors. That is a really good cover. Um, Seems like every good soundtrack has a cover somewhere, like somewhere. Not so much Guardians of the Galaxy because again, that's just more like a compilation of really good oldie tunes for a reason, you know, like Memory on the cassette. Anyways, so you wouldn't really have covers on that. But yeah, a couple other really good ones here. In Excess on there, Lou Graham, Roger Daltrey, and if Roger Daltrey sounds familiar, that's the lead singer of the Who. Really good song he does on there. Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. Really good rendition of that. Also on there, my personal favorite, Tim Capello, who also makes an appearance in the movie with absolutely no shirt on, massive amount of baby oil, it looks like, and a saxophone. And Tim Capello actually did this song for this movie, and he actually did play the saxophone. He is a very, very well known saxophonist. He actually tours, and I know I have it somewhere. Maybe do I have it right here? Let me see. If it's in arm's length, or it's arm's reach, I'll show it to you guys. I did actually. Tim Capello was doing a selling some CDs, and he actually, yeah, I do have it right here. This is even him right here. He has his shirt on, but right there, he sent that to me. It says, "I still believe Tim Capello." I talked to him on Facebook, and I try to get him to actually comment. He said he would come to Omaha. He did say he'd come to Omaha for me, just not right now. But that was years ago that I got that off of him, and been a fan of him ever since. But that's the first of the two part there, and the really good thing is the second part is more into, and those are the older songs, you know. So 1987, kind of like I'm talking with Guardians of the Galaxy, older songs that a lot of people may not know or never even heard of, and then it goes into like this the number two, Lost Boys 2. This would have came out when I'd been in like high school, a little bit after high school, like 2000s, early 2000s, and this is an amazing soundtrack. It's got a lot of the same stuff like I was talking off of Dracula 2000.